Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
Hi, lovely people. Hope you're well and welcome back to another match preview. This time it is Leeds United versus Liverpool Football Club in what is only described as a must-win for Liverpool Football Club. Leeds are safe. They're not going to be relegated. May have an outside chance of qualifying for Europe. Just looking at the table now, they're on 45 points. Tottenham are in seventh place. Seventh place get a European spot potentially this season, depending on what happens with the Champions League. They're 4 points off Tottenham. They've got an outside chance of getting a European place or getting European qualification. So while it's not a must-win for them, it's still an important game for Leeds United. And let's be honest, the beginning of the season, this was the curtain raiser and arguably one of the games of the season for the neutral. For Liverpool fans, it's a horrible game to watch because defensively we were terrible. And for the first time, probably since Klopp's been here, we've come up against a team that presses more than we do. And we got a taste of our own medicine, and we didn't really like the taste of it that day, if I'm going to be honest. Salah pulled out a superb performance that day, pulled out a hat-trick. The other person who scored a goal is not played since the Everton game, and that was Van Dijk, who also made a mistake in that game. Big game, Drift. Big game. Historically, massive game. Leeds are one of the biggest clubs in England. We are probably the second biggest club in England behind Man United.
No, we're
massive.
Money don't mean shit. We're the biggest.
It's not money, just support and everything. You know my thoughts on Man United, but facts are facts, innit?
Yeah. It's what it is. It's what they always used to throw in our face who's got the most trophies. So let's just go on their own.
When it comes to trophy, we are the most successful team.
Yeah, so that makes you the biggest, because that's what they always used to say to us. So let's just use their own logic.
I'm all right with that, then. I can live with that.
It's their logic.
Gonna bring a bit of smoke to this stream.
It's their logic. It's their logic, bro. So I can't keep telling you how great I am because I got 0% body fat, and then a couple of years later, when I put on weight and you've got 0% body fat, I'm like, yeah, but who cares about 0%? You'd be like, bro, you used to always tell me it's about 0% body fat.
Yeah, just a disclaimer: if you have 0% body fat, you're knocking on death's door. If I'm not, you don't want to have 0% body fat.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. I'm not a scientist or whatever. But yeah, you get my point.
What's your thoughts on this game, bro?
Every game is a big game, bro. The biggest cliche you've ever heard in football. We got 8 cup finals. We got 4 cup finals. We got 10 cup finals. Whatever amount of games you got left in the league. Biggest cliche you'll ever hear in football. Yeah. Facts, bro. Facts. They're all a cup final. Newcastle after that. Man U after that. They're all a cup final, bro. They're all a cup final. We cannot drop one single point if we want this season to amount to anything. And all of these games aren't only about getting in the Champions League this season. They're about the entire future of Liverpool Football Club. Let's keep it real. It is really sad that we've fallen to this point, and it's really messed up. We've got owners that make it this much of a desperate situation, but it is what it is. We can't even beat around the bush, bro. We don't get Champions League football, you're knocking about 50 to 100 mil off the transfer budget. If we don't get that transfer budget, we don't catch back up again. And all of a sudden, we're back down to that mediocrity that we hated being in for however long. It's essential, man. Absolutely essential.
Without going too much on a tangent, the whole future of the club, Drift, do you reckon?
Well, the immediate future. Like, if you want to talk about the next, say, 3 to 5 years, it's very detrimental to the next 3 to 5 years, in my opinion, because we don't have owners that are going to do whatever it takes to get us. Like, we were talking yesterday, obviously, off air, and I don't want to go too much into what we're talking about, but if you've got owners who just do whatever needs to be done, you never really truly worry that much about what's going on. You just don't. Do you know what I mean? For whatever the reason may be, whether it's you're being spoiled, whatever it is, you don't really worry that much. Like, I'm being honest with you. If I talk to a Chelsea fan, if I talk to a Man U fan, if I talk to a Barcelona fan, if I talk to a Bayern Munich fan, a Juventus fan, if I talk to any of those clubs,
Man City and
fans, yeah, well, yeah, even Man City, yeah. If I talk to any of those, I don't know where any of those exist. That's why I didn't mention it.
Big Steve.
If you talk to any of those guys, yeah, about their club and their season and whatnot, what always makes me a little bit jealous. I never get jealous about anything in life in general, really. But one of the only things that does get me jealous is when I talk to those guys, i.e. my brother, for example. My brother's a Man United fan. So when I talk to my brother, it doesn't matter what has gone on. What has gone on. Whether you like your manager, you don't, this, that. He will comfortably say things to me like, if we don't want to sell Pogba, we won't sell Pogba. Or he'll say, we want Haaland, you just got to go get him in it. And there's no part of him that believes that what he's saying is foolishness. Because he's used to being the support of a club. Now, more time than not, they do what they say they're going to do. And they don't ramp. If they're in a situation where they've got to fix it, they will make sure they fix it. You get what I mean? And it just makes me a little bit jealous that as big as we are, and we're in the argument of being in the elite of the elite of the elite, we have to go, well, we don't make Champions League, you know. We're fucked. We don't make Champions League, bro. Why have we got to keep having this conversation? Like, this Leeds game to me is only a big deal because of that. Because let's face it, Cal, if we weren't in the Champions League next season, even though that competition is ours and we're the kings of that competition, as everybody knows, we're royalty in Europe, yeah? Everybody knows that. Other than Real Madrid, if you think Europe, Bayern Munich, maybe, you think Liverpool.
AC Milan as well. They got 7.
Yeah, I won't take away their history. Obviously, they haven't done nothing for a decade, but I won't take away their history. You're right. AC Milan, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Liverpool. If you're thinking European royalty, European powerhouse, who knows how to do it on what night, those are the clubs you look at. We're one of those, bro. There's however many clubs around the world, and we're in that top 4 of Europe. We love that competition, but we could do without it for a year if we knew everything else was going to be all right. We could. If you asked any Liverpool fan, if he was that fussed about being in the Champions League next year, if he had owners like Man City that would still go and get Haaland or Mbappe or Kane or get it done and then let's just go again, Chelsea, all that. If we had owners like that, we wouldn't be that bothered. You know what I mean? We'd want to be in there for the sake of it, but we'd be like, all right, we got to do a Europa for a year. Haaland would just get top goal scorer in that tournament then, innit, and win a start, and then we haven't won that competition for a little while. Let's do this, innit? Like, we'd have that attitude. But we know if we don't get in there, the whole future of the club is up, bro. You might get a couple stars walk. You might get, like, the deadest signings that ain't going to do, like, no disrespect to them as individuals, but you might start getting the Saidis and the Barinis, bruv, again. Like, who knows? Who, brother? Who knows?
I don't want to come across as spoiled. And like, I genuinely believe if we were in the Europa next season with our full squad, I think we're favourites in that competition.
Oh, bro, we smoked that tournament, and if we don't, we have to ask serious questions about who we are.
Yeah, but here's my thing: I don't think I want to be in Europa League.
No, I don't want to be. No, I don't want to be. Yeah,
and again, even just from and it's weird because from a schedule standpoint, you kind of know what you're getting. With Champions League, you don't really know what you're getting because you could get the Tuesday, you could get the Wednesday. With Europa, you know it's Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, innit? Maybe an odd Thursday, Monday. You never know. But you know, guaranteed, if you're in Europa, it's a Thursday night. And if you're playing in the Premier League after that, it's a Sunday.
Yeah.
But even then, I just don't want that because, like, it's a longer competition as well. Like, people forget that.
There's an extra round, yeah.
There's an extra round. So there's an extra 2 games you're adding on. Not to mention the potential traveling you'll be doing to mad places. Like, you could be playing at 5 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, so again, it's not because as much as we banter it and stuff, like, it's still a major competition, isn't it? Like, if you win that, you have to be a good team. There's not going to be a rubbish team that wins Europa League. You know what I mean? Well,
Yeah.
touch wood, I'm not speaking too soon. But it's like, I just want, like, we are Champions League, innit? It's like Champions League is battling for the Premier League and Europa is battling for top four.
Yeah.
You get top four qualification. People aren't going to sit around and say you're rubbish team. You finished fourth in the league. But I want to be challenging for the title. Like when you're challenging for the title, like you see when we finished second to City, no one apart from City fans could say anything to us. They could try and banter and say silly things like, "Oh, you got to 97 points, still didn't win a league," and the answer would have been, "What did you get? What did you finish on this season? What have you got to show for this season?" Because we got 97 points, finished second to a juggernaut team, and we won the Champions League. So what's your excuse? What have you won this season? What, an FA Cup? Okay, cool. Congrats. Whereas now, I'm back to the, but we might get top four. Or, we could win Europa if we're in it. I don't want that. Like, I've gone through a lot of my life doing that. I thought I was out of that.
That's the thing.
I thought in my 30s, I'd be like, this is my period now. Like my friends who were Arsenal, Man United fans, they enjoyed that in their teens and their early 20s. I thought, 30s is me now. Maybe even 40s is me. God spare my life. But I'm looking and I'm thinking, you're right. If we don't get Champions League, to me, there's a ready-made excuse. And for me,
they're going to use it.
No, but there shouldn't be an excuse. And I know we've gone off on a tangent here, but for me, there shouldn't be an excuse.
No, 100%, bro.
It shouldn't be, because, again, we could go on about this for ages, innit? But to put it simply, there shouldn't be an excuse.
Yeah,
we're in this situation because you guys were negligent in January. Dare I say it, in the summer you were negligent as well. So that's why we're in this situation. So you can't turn around and say, well, we're not going to help you out because you didn't achieve what you wanted to achieve, when you were the reasons primarily we didn't achieve anything. Yeah,
that's it, bro. They've been negligent from 18-19.
Yeah.
So all the success that we've gained along that time, we appreciate. But that's a long time of being negligent, bro.
Yeah, it is.
You can even look in Klopp's face and tell the negligence is stressed him out, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
In his face. So but it's the cup final. Cup final, bro. It's a cup final.
So based on that then, Drew, so obviously this is pre-recorded, so we did get news that Rafinha is a doubt, but he's not been ruled out.
Yeah, he missed training and he will need to be assessed closer to the situation. But obviously he's got a few days to get better. These are the times when you almost wish the game was on a Saturday, because you don't want to wish injury on anyone, but you'll take what you can get at this stage. You know what I mean? And Rafinha not out the game, 25% chance we win. You know what I mean? The odds flip by about 25%. So that could be something. But
no, I agree. I mean, Rafinha has been their standout player this season. Bamford scored quite a few goals, but he's not clinical. Like I don't think that's a harsh comment to make about him. He's a goal scorer because he gets in positions and he scores goals, but he also does miss his fair share of chances as well. Rafinha is that killer, that cutting edge to their team. They do have some good players. I mean, Dallas scored really good goals against City the other day, and that was a fantastic win for them as well. Got Harrison, who plays on the wing for them, who couldn't play against City because he is a City player. So, I mean, they have got a good team there. And Calvin Phillips, very good DM. Play the ball out to wide. He covers space well, covers and protects the defence really well. What are the keys to victory? How do we beat this Leeds team, in your opinion, Drew?
One word. Clinical.
Clinical, yeah.
Look, well, we know each other so we ain't even discussed this off air. You just knew, bro.
We just finish each other's sentences. This is what we do on Kop-Ish now.
This is what we do, bro. If we're not clinical, we don't win the game. We're not going to outrun them. We ain't got the energy, bro. Never. the funny thing is, are you only allowed to? Is there only allowed to be one high intensity, high press team in the league at a time? And they put their name down quickly before we got to, because our intensity hasn't been here from the moment they took it in that game, first game of the season, bro.
I think we've tried to change from that though. But again, another thing is with that, teams sit back now. So we're never going to be as intense as we would have been before, because teams used to come out and try and play against us. Teams don't really do that anymore.
No, you're right. But I feel like either it's because we're exhausted, or you're right, maybe we've done it on purpose. But now that's the reason why with a high line, but our midfield and our attack don't press, while we get caught out so often. Yeah. And it's actually really like frustrating, and I don't want to be rude, but really dumb on Klopp's part if he's going to allow the one part of the system to kind of not be as effective as it used to be, but then ask the other half to work. The high line only worked because the rest of the team suffocated the opposition. If you're not suffocating the opposition, all you keep doing is, a la the Villa game, is you just keep asking them to just, Real Madrid, just asking them to just have all the time to play the balls that will cut you open.
Yeah.
And it's really frustrating, bro. It's almost like, what's wrong with you, bro? You all right, yeah? Are you sure? Klopp, you all right? Be like, yeah, I'm cool. No, are you all right? Are you sure? Like, this don't make any sense, bro. When you're watching this happen, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I hear you. Who's your predicted 11 for this then? Or in fact, sorry to cut you, Drift. Let's do an 11. As we give the different areas of the pitch, we'll say the 11 that we want and also the 11 we predict. So goal with we know who it's going to be, right?
Yeah.
Listen. Back four. I want it to be the back four that started against Madrid. Plus, I think it will be that. Do you have any?
No. It should be.
Again, the one name that keeps on popping up in my mind is Robbo, because he's just not had a rest. But this is a horrible game to throw Simicast in, especially if Rafinha's playing.
Yeah.
Like,
and not only that, when you
really
think about it, you kind of, in the home straight, you kind of just got to hope he can just get there.
if I'm going to be honest, if we can win this game, and this is all due respect to Newcastle, if we can win this game, I would want to see Simicast coming for that Newcastle game.
Yeah, I agree. But then, then you're asking Simicast to play against St. Maximin, though.
Well, St. Maximin, he usually plays on the left a lot of the time.
Plays where he wants, bro.
Yeah, no, I hear that. But shall I tell you what it is? Robbo needs a rest at some point.
No,
Newcastle, if we beat Leeds, Newcastle is the next feasible game where we can say, have a rest.
There's a selfish part of me
against United.
There's a selfish part of me. Please forgive me to all our Scottish followers, especially Conway. He's probably going to be mad at me for saying it. There's a part of me that wishes that Scotland hadn't qualified for the Euros so that he could just have a whole summer off.
Yeah.
From a very selfish point of view, I really wish that I honestly.
No, I hear you.
I don't feel like there's any, apart from Mane, Mo, Firmino,
Ali,
and Genie. I reckon Robbo needs a rest more than anyone else in the team. And he might even need a rest more than the guys I named. I'm just thinking of all the guys
he gets
really
up and down the most.
Yeah. Like if Genie is going, then it's like, okay, fair enough. If Genie signed a new contract tomorrow, I'd selfishly wish Holland weren't in there either. Because I'd be like, I want Genie to have a whole summer where he's just resting. You know what I mean? Same reason I don't want Van Dijk to go to the tournament. It's very selfish, and I know that he deserves to go and represent his country in one of his last international tournaments, but I just want him to have a pre-season and chill and not be worried about that injury during an intense tournament. I can't help it. It's the only thing that I can't help but be selfish thinking about these things, because it's going to be to the detriment of us if they don't get a rest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
agreed.
I play Robbo against Leeds. Yeah.
Cool. And then this is where we always say it gets tricky. Midfield.
Let me ask you a question you probably don't have the answer to. Other than hard work, which he still has, yeah, why the fuck did Klopp drop Thiago for 2 legs against Real Madrid?
I'm moving, so you know I'm still on stream.
Yeah. I know. I know.
Because once again, you've asked me a question that only Klopp and God can answer, bro.
I mean, to be fair, bro, I shouldn't have done that to you because it was kind of rhetorical.
Yeah, you basically said, spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious but spell it in 3 seconds. That's what you just did to me. Like, you knew I didn't have the answer to that. Because it's one of the things that made me pull my hair out in both legs.
It must be one of the things that made him himself think, the fuck did I come here for? Like, I picked you, and you do me like that. Like, I mean, that's like standing there and having the, Beyonce and I don't know, Alicia Keys both asking you out, and then you pick, yeah, and then like somewhere down the line, you're hollering at Alicia Keys and Beyonce, but why did you pick me then? Like, if you were just gonna go and do that, why did you pick me? Like that's how Thiago must feel. Like this is the game you bought me for, bro.
I don't get it.
This is the game you bought me for.
He had to have played those games, in my opinion.
That's weird, isn't it, bro? It's so weird. You buy Thiago to beat Real Madrid in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. That's what you do. That's why you buy him.
Yeah.
Ah, bruv.
Does that mean he has to start this game then, right?
Yeah. We need. I know he hasn't had the greatest of seasons, but what the thing that's even more confusing though is when Fabinho went back into midfield, Thiago started to be himself.
Yeah, of course.
Do you get what I mean? All of the good games he's had have been in the few last month when Fabinho's gone back into midfield.
Why is that a surprise though, bro?
No, it ain't a surprise. It ain't a surprise at all, bro. I would probably go.
I'd go Fab and Thiago and Milner, to be honest.
Do you know what? I was thinking that, but now I've got your hat on that you had against Real Madrid, and I'm thinking 4-2-3-1, Bobby in the hole.
All right, so the reason I didn't go 4-2-3-1 with this one is because I didn't think Real Madrid's midfield could outrun us or overrun us. Leeds could do that still.
They can.
If there's one team in the league that can do that, it's Leeds. And I think Milner's leadership is key.
Here's where I try and put method into the madness. Because we're not clinical, can you score? All right, get on the pitch. That's how I'm doing it now, bro.
So the more players you have who can score a goal,
the more players you can have who score. If none of our midfielders are going to chip in with goals, what's the point in playing Keita and all those guys? Firmino might not be the greatest goal scorer in the world, but he's still capable. I want everybody who can score a goal on the pitch. If Divok's not ready, if Divok was ready, I'd even want Divok on the pitch, bro. Honestly. And I'd probably drop Mane and play Jota wide and put Origi through the middle to give Mane a rest. But because Origi ain't available, Mane's got to go out there. But if you're capable and you're more capable than 80% of the rest of the players, I want you on the pitch.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
That's simple, bro.
I mean, so I went for a midfield three because I think we could get a run. Your logic makes perfectly good sense to me as well. So obviously we know who your front four is. My front three would have been Mane left, Jota through the middle, and Salah on the right. I think Klopp will go with that front three. The midfield three, I think he'll actually go with is, dare I say, I think Thiago may be on the bench again. I'm saying that Gini.
You think Gini will come?
Do you know what? I say that Gini looked knackered against Madrid, though, didn't he?
And so you don't want a tired player playing against the team that's going to do what Leeds are going to do to you.
Yeah, definitely not. So maybe I'd go. I think he'll go Thiago, Fabinho, and Milner.
Klopp keeps on dropping these bombshells on us, bro. You can't. Yeah. It's hard to predict, man.
Yeah, which is a good thing if we had better players in and around the first team, but because we don't, it kind of comes to backfire us. Because when he played Keita, for example, that should have thrown Madrid off. All it did is made us weaker. And
do you want to know? You want to know? There's little things that Klopp does that don't make sense as well. As in, Jones was in form, even when he played in the under-21s tournament and or under-23s or whatever it was, and was in form, like really in form. He hasn't seen the pitch.
No, he's been injured.
Oh, has he? Oh,
He
fair
was
enough.
injured.
I didn't
He
know.
wasn't on. Yeah, he was injured for the Aston Villa game and for the Madrid game.
Oh, fair enough. I didn't know.
But yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Fair enough. Because yeah, it was confusing me why he hadn't
Yeah.
taken part in the last couple of games. Because he was
Same.
in form.
He was.
And
He
he's one
was.
of the only midfielders that's capable of scoring a goal from not even necessarily even outside the box, but just a shot from distance of any kind. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Even from the penalty spot. Like seems like
Yeah.
we like getting that close before we shoot. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for real. At least you
So-
know he's clinical there.
Mm.
All right, so it's left with me to give the score prediction then. I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. I expect a hard game though.
You know, I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you one just because 2 fingers in a bucket, fuck it, innit?
Where is that saying come from?
A house party, G.
Okay.
Yeah, I went old school on man there.
You did still.
1-1.
Fair result.
I'm actually tempted to say 0-0. I don't even know where we get our goals from. If I'm being
I don't
honest.
think 0-0, but I've gone 2-1 because I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet against these guys, and I expect it to be a very tough game.
Yeah, 1-1.
But I think we could grind it out.
If we don't win this game, what it would do, it will show me that we're not about that life. And that's not with any disrespect to Leeds, because Leeds are a good team. But
Yeah.
if you
Leeds
go
are
out the
about this
Champions League and you know you've got 7 cup finals, and if you win all of them, based on the way all the other fixtures are, you will get top 4. Because that's what's mad. You're looking at the league and you're looking at us in like 7th or 8th place or wherever we are, and you think, all right, it's not in our hands. And effectively, it isn't if you want to be as logical as you can in that respect. But as you've said on many occasions, all the other teams have to take points off each other. So there's loads of combinations of results that can happen that make other teams have to drop points whether they like it or not. And for that reason, effectively, win 7 games, we're in the Champions League. Even though at the moment we're not in the top 4, I think win all 7 and we're there. I genuinely do. So it's in our hands, even though it's not in our hands, if that makes sense. So it'll show whether we're about that life, bro. If we don't win this game, then it shows we're not about that life. And the players should be angry, and they should be wanting revenge on Real Madrid and wanting to be back in there so they can go and beat them next year and prove ourselves better, and all of that should be in their mind right now. Are you angry? How much do you want it? I know you're tired, boys, but
show me what
you've got
you're
to be
about.
up for this shit now. You've got to be up for this shit now, bro. And you've almost got a week between each game now. We ain't in the FA Cup. We're not in the League Cup. Like, I think we've pretty much got 5 days between each game, roughly, if memory serves me correct. I don't think we have any more 2-day gap anymore.
Not a crazy schedule, no.
So get a bit. You've got a little bit of time to get some rest in there. Klopp, don't overwork them on the training pitch, bro. Don't go nuts now and overthink things and start beating. You know what I mean? Go and get these 3 points, man. Are we about that life? Are we about that life?
I think that's a perfect way to sum it up, Drew. Now all that's left is to ask you guys to make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also in the comments below, let us know your starting 11 that you'd want to see start. Let us know your score predictions as well. And we'll be back straight after the game. No, tell a lie. We'll be back before the game for Instagram Live at halftime on Instagram Live, and then straight after the game on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So make sure you check us out there. Until next time, people, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kop-Ish, and we are out, people. Take care.
Peace.